An exciting day for Teradja Mitchell, the top 50 recruit in the country, linebacker from Bishop Sullivan Catholic here in Virginia Beach, as he selects the Ohio State Buckeyes over the Florida State Seminoles. Surprising some folks, but not the folks from the 757 who have some Ohio State connections. A couple of guys on the team there in Wayne Davis and Jalen Holmes, which we'll talk about in a moment. But Teradja, you took a visit to Ohio State, you took a visit to Florida State. I know both of them were great visits. What sold you ultimately on the Buckeyes over the Seminoles?
You couldn't even really look at it from a football standpoint. Both schools, they produce first-round draft picks. They contend for the national championship every year. So it came down to academics. Ohio State Business School is top-notch. And that was a big decision. And with Coach Meyer, he has this program he has at Ohio State called Real Life Wednesdays. And he basically helps his players be prepared for life after football. And that played a big part in the decision as well.
And Coach Meyer is one of the best in the country. He's won national championships at both Ohio State and Florida. He coached Percy Harvin from Virginia Beach at Florida, who had a great career in the NFL. And he's got a couple guys he mentioned in Davis and Holmes. But I saw a picture you were on the couch with Urban Meyer. You had a really good talk with him. What did you soak up from your conversation with him, and what do you think of playing for him in general?
That day, that was my first time really getting into conversation with him. It was great. He's a great guy. I love being around Coach Meyer. He's funny. He makes a lot of jokes. But I just feel like this the coach. I know I can develop me to be a good player. And
I know assistant coach Zach Smith was a key in your recruiting as well. What did you think of him as a guy that's built some relationships with people here in the 7x7?
Coach Smith, that's my favorite coach right there. He's himself. He doesn't try to play the stereotypical coach role. All serious and business. He's himself. You can talk to him about anything. During the recruiting process, we didn't just talk about football. We talked about life.
Sure. You finished up with how many offers? Like 50?
36.
36, all right. You probably would have got 50 if you didn't narrow it down to that point. But it was rumored that Florida State was the leader. A lot of guys from here, Kalen LeBourne, Derek Nottie, Josh Sweat, Levante Taylor, you get on the list of them, and it's a great program as well. When did you know, though, Ohio State would be the pick? Because it seemed like you were a little bit torn for a while there.
I was. It took like a month for me to actually pick which school. And like I said, it came down to academics. And that was last week when I felt like this was school for me.
So last week was when you knew for sure that's when it was going to be.
Yes, sir.
Ohio State, the linebackers they've produced, some guys like Curtis Grant comes to mind, who's from the Richmond area and Hermitage High School. Raekwon McMillan, who was a second-round draft pick this past year. Do you see some similarities in those guys and yourself, and what do you think you'll bring to the table ultimately for them?
I feel like I play somewhat close to Raekwon McMillan. I watched his highlights over and over again. So, I feel like that's another school. This is a school for me that develops linebackers. It's LBU, so I know I'll get developed by the best and be the best.
Sure. What did the Ohio State coaches, Coach Meyer and the assistants there, the defensive staff, what did they talk to you about as far as their plan with you and how they want to use you?
They want me to come in and be the Mike linebacker. They're having a little shortage of inside backers there, so they tell me I have a great opportunity to start. That's what I like about them. They didn't promise me starting spots and anything. They didn't make no promises to me. They got to come in and work, and that's what I'm ready to do. So, inside backer spot is a need for them.
A couple more for you. For a lot of high-profile guys such as yourself, and you were high-profile, you can go back to your freshman year at Bayside. We saw you at a 7-on-7, and we knew this guy was going to get a lot of recruiting attention. But it gets to a point where recruiting is stressful. Was that ever for you? How do you look back now on the recruiting process, because it's now in your rearview mirror?
Yes, sir. At times it was stressful. I enjoyed it, but it did get stressful at a point, especially when I narrowed it down to my top 11. I started to hear a lot from different coaches at different times of the day, different times of the night. It was really stressful, but I'm just blessed to be in the situation. Not a lot of kids get to go through that, so I enjoy it.
NCAA's got a new signing period coming up in December. Do you plan to sign early with them?
Yes, sir. I'm 100% committed to Ohio State. I plan on signing early.
All right, and what do you want people to know about Teradja Mitchell? You know about you as a good football player. What do you want people to know about you off the field? Anything you want the fans to know about Teradja Mitchell, the Buckeye Nation, if you will?
I'm focused. I plan on going to Ohio State. I plan on getting my degree. That's the priority. I'm going to be a great businessman.
Got a bright future ahead of yourself. And lastly, for you guys at Bishop Sullivan Catholic here, you play a nationally ranked schedule. It's year 2 for you coming over here from Bayside. You were 7-3 a season ago. A lot of heavy hitters on the schedule. A lot of good players you're teammates with, including Tyler DeSue, who's going to Maryland. We can go through about 15, 20 guys with multiple D1 offers. Give me your thoughts on this coming year, because a lot of guys will commit and they don't push it to the limit. What's your goals for this year?
I'm going all out. It's my senior year. I'm not going to let my teammates down. I'm not going to let myself down. I'll be doing myself a dishonor if I was to just take this season lightly. If you love the game of football, you should play it like you love it. So I'm going all out this season.
That's the stud linebacker from Bishop Sullivan, Teradja Mitchell. He's coming to you guys in Columbus, Ohio State, and who knows, maybe on Sundays too in the NFL one day. Thank you for your time. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.